What's going on, everybody? It's Geoff Grammer with the Albuquerque Journal, and this is What's Up in 505, sponsored by Sandia Sportsbook, as are a bunch of our sports podcasts at the Albuquerque Journal podcast network. So you should check some of those out as well, and we appreciate Sandia Sportsbook for doing so. This is What's Up in 505, sports stories around the 505 told in 5 minutes and 5 seconds, and today's guest is the new UNM Lobo soccer coach, Karley Nelson. Karley, are you ready for 5 minutes of hard-hitting questions and just really, really rough interview coming up? Are you ready?
I'm ready, Geoff. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Karley, you are now a couple weeks in, a month in, I guess, as Lobo soccer coach. What's it been like since that hire to today?
Yeah, it's been great, honestly. The players, obviously, they were key in this transition, of course, and we had some time to meet as a team a few times before they went home for Thanksgiving. We had a few training sessions, which was great. Got to see them play. Not that we've obviously not seen them play before, but just see them kick around a little bit. Since the end of the season, got to talk a little bit about what we want the spring to look like, how we plan to move forward. They went home for Thanksgiving. They came back for a week and a half for the week before finals and the finals, and they're off again, So as far as interaction with them, it's been great. They're off enjoying their break, and for us, we're just getting things tidied up around the offices and ready for their return, starting to plan for the spring.
In college, I think some other sports are starting to experience what maybe some of the Olympic sports have known for years. Like there can be a lot of movement. Players can come and go as they choose. And I'm curious, with the coaching change, has there been any movement for you guys so far in the mid semester?
Yeah, fortunately there hasn't. Every player, when the change took place, we had individual player meetings, and every player committed to return. They want to be part of Lobo soccer. It's a special place to be. So we're really excited that we're returning everyone on the roster.
All right, recruiting is also ongoing, and
yeah.
right when the change was happening, right when you were hired, was a heavy recruiting time. How did that go? I imagine you were already recruiting some of these players, but what was the reaction on the recruiting trail to your hire?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we were fortunate that when the transition took place, not only was it, as you mentioned, it was a heavy recruiting period, right? It was the transfer portal was opening up. There were some big recruiting events, one in Phoenix with the ECNL, and then in addition to that, it was signing day. So you're hoping that your 2026 class is still going to sign. And fortunately, I called each of them, and all of them decided to still commit and sign, which was great. So we have our 26 class intact. The 27 commits that we did have committed they're all still on board, which is great. But kind of business as usual. I right away went on the road to Phoenix, went to an event, of course, saw a lot of coaches who were very kind and congratulating me, super excited about the change. So recruiting is just kind of business as usual. But yeah, we had a few transfers on campus. We've got an exciting 26 we may look to add. But recruiting is it's moving, that's for sure.
Well, so you've been obviously as much a recruiter as you are now. I mean, you've been recruiting. You've been heavy in the recruiting for a long time. So I'm curious if the pitch changes at all when you are the head coach. And I guess the question there is, what will change? With obviously, you guys like the direction of the program under Heather, but now you get to put your imprint on. Is your imprint going to be any different? Are we going to see anything noticeably different?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I think you have to start with where the program is at, right? And this program is at a very healthy place in terms of where our culture is. Our players are incredibly committed to each other. And Heather did an unbelievable job at establishing and leading this culture, right? And so one of the things that we talked a lot about with the players when the transition took place is what are the things that are really important for us to keep as we move forward, right? But then with change, there comes an opportunity to assess maybe areas where there's room for growth. And if you look at what we've done the last 3 years, we've not achieved on the field what the expectations of this program are. The expectation of this program is that we're competing for and winning championships, which we have a rich history of that, which is great, right? But the question is, how do we get back to that? What things do we need to change to get back to competing for championships? And so, I think one of the questions one of the reporters asked me is, he said, the team usually takes on the personality of the head coach, right? And I describe myself, I'm someone who's incredibly organized. I'm very hardworking. I like to be very clear in what my expectations are. So I hope that what you see is that you see a team who very much understands what their roles and responsibilities are, that we play a very organized but exciting attacking style of soccer. And we find a way to, where we tied more games than we should have this year. You see those ties start to turn into some wins, so that we are competing for and winning championships.
So competing for winning championships in the new Mountain West, is that doable? Are you guys going to be a championship contender?
Yeah, I absolutely believe 100% that we will be.
Karley, you are awesome. This has been a fun transition. I know a lot of people are going to miss Heather, but they're going to get to know you.
Absolutely.
And
we'll miss her too.
It's exciting times ahead for Lobo soccer. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Geoff.